Hello guys, welcome back to ExcelSutra. So today we are going to talk about simple sum, SUMIFs, SUMIFS and SUMPRODUCT. So these four basics formula of Excel. SUMIF, SUMIFS and SUMPRODUCT are somewhat advanced, but simple sum formula is basic formula in Excel. So let's start with simple sum. So we have this data, uh, product ID in column D, salesman which has done a sale of product ID, quantity, price, sale amount, and commission. Okay, so commission is I have calculated it on 1% on sale. Okay, so we have this basic data. Now, in simple sum, we want to have sum of all these sales and sum of all commissions we are going to pay out. Okay, so let's understand syntax of sum formula first. It starts like this. They have number one, then comma number two, number three, number four, and it can go long on. Okay, so this is the syntax in sum formula, but we can also use it alternatively like in brackets. So I'll show you how we can use it in brackets. So I'm giving the sum formula and I'm selecting the bracket, total bracket. I'm selecting a range of H4 to H18, right? So H4 to H18, it will give me sum of all values between H4 to H18. Okay. Like if I delete this, then volume will change, value will change. And same for the formula beside it. I'm just copying it and pasting it here. It is giving me 502 as in value. Sum of all these numbers. If I delete this 7, then it will give me 495. Okay. So this is a simple way how sum works. Okay. So let's now quickly shift to SUMIF. It is interesting. So now in SUMIF, I want a data based on salesman specific. So if salesman A has done 8 sales in this total, then it should give me sales done by salesman A and commission we are going to pay to salesman A. Sales done by salesman B and data like that. So that is where SUMIF comes into picture. We are going to use SUMIF for that. In syntax of SUMIF, we have these three things only: range, criteria, and sum range. As you can see, I have written sum range in square brackets. The anything in syntax in square bracket, it means it is not mandatory, but we can give range if you want to. Okay, so this is not mandatory in SUMIF formula, but we should give some range. Is it is advisory to give some range because data is very big in real industry. We don't have this small types of examples in big industries, so some range is there and we should give some range. Now I'll show you how it works. Let's start with SUMIF. Okay, our range is simple. Our range is this. We want sales amount. Oh wait, this SUMIF. Now our range will be salesman. Okay, range will be E to E18, E4 to E18. Yeah, I'm just fixing this. So if you copy paste a formula, this range won't change. This dollar makes it unchangeable. Okay, and criteria would be this. And we want this to change when we copy paste formula down here. So we won't put dollar sign into that. And some range would be sale amount. We want sum of sales. It can consider if you don't give some range now, it can consider G column or I column, or for that matter quantity also it can consider. So that's why we need to give some range in this example at least. Sometimes we have only one column for sum, then we don't give some range. Okay, and I'm fixing this column also. As we are going to copy this formula and paste it down, I'm fixing this range also. Nothing, I'm while fixing the range, I'm doing nothing. I'm selecting everything. I'm just pressing F4. Or if you want, you can put a dollar behind dollar at start of every H and every four. So that way also it will get fixed. Okay, so now we have total sales of A, the total sale amount, sales done by A. Like if you want to check, if we change this to four, is and change this 4100 to 5100, this will also change. Okay, if we take it, that's like 10,000 for instance. This is changing to 19,000. I'm doing Control Z here since I want my data to be in order. Okay. Now, again, same thing. We will copy this formula and paste it down. Yeah. and whatever sales are there are four salesmen, and total sales done by them are 50,000. So that is why this right is coming up here, that this 50,000 matches with this 50,000. Okay, so we have not done anything wrong in this. This is matching. Okay, even if we change something like 2,000 here, it will match. Okay, now let's do the same thing for commission. I'm doing this same formula twice because it will help you guys only. SUMIF, our range would be same. I'm just fixing this range, selecting all and saying F4. Okay, again, now I want commission, right? My criteria is this, and as in some range I want commission, sum of commission. Okay, I'm fixing this range also, selecting it and pressing F4. Okay, now boom, it is giving me everything, and this matches also. Okay, this is how SUMIF works. And this formula is dynamic, as every formula in Excel is. If we change something here, it will change here too. Okay, now let's go into much deeper thing. SUMIF. See, first understand, we had only one criteria to sum here. We had only one criteria, which was if this array, this column matches with K, K4 cell, or B, K5 cell. So we had only one condition. If salesman matches, then give total. Okay. Now, if we have multiple conditions, we can have multiple conditions like salesman A selling product PID 2, and quantity should be more than this and more than that. So that is why SUMIF is there. So now let's go back to SUMIF. See, I have taken condition here. If salesman should be A, product ID should be PID 2, and quantity should be about 10. And I want sum of that sales. If anything changes here, I want this figure to be dynamic. Okay. So this is where sum if S comes in picture. So syntax of sum if S is very different than sum if. Okay. First of all, we have to give some range here. Some range is mandatory here in this formula. We cannot go bypass some range, and we formula will not be completed if we don't have some range here. Okay. And if once we give some range, there are criteria only. Criteria range 1 and criteria 1, criteria range 2 and criteria 2, criteria range 3 and criteria 3. And it goes on till 256. We can give 256 different criteria in this formula for getting one single amount of sum. Okay. So now let's start with SUMIF S. So SUMIF S is, it starts with sum range. I want sale amount, so that's why I'm selecting a sum range. Now here I'm not putting dollar signs because we are not going to copy and paste this formula anywhere else. Of my criteria range 1 would be salesman. I want salesman to be A. Okay. So this is my criteria range 1, and comma I'm giving criteria is salesman A. Now I'm selecting criteria range 2. My second criteria is product ID should be PID 2. So now I'm selecting criteria range for product ID, and it should be PID 2, right? So it is here, PID 2. Now, third criteria is quantity should be about 10. Okay. So I'm selecting quantity range from here. Okay. And now quantity should be about 10. For this, I cannot give any cell reference kind of a thing because it is above and below. So what I will do is I will put double inverted commas, I mean quotes. In quotes, I will write above 10 like this, and I'll close it. Okay. We have to give this notations, and it will give us answer. So as you can see, there is only one cell which is satisfying all three conditions. This one row only, which it satisfies all three conditions of four ones of SUMIF S. Okay, if we want to check this, whether whatever we have done is right or not, let's check. Okay, this sale is done by A. Here it is product 1. Okay, but if I change this to product 2, it will match all three conditions then. See, it is product 2, sale is done by A, and quantity is about 10. Then it should be added here. Okay, 4,100 should change now if I press anywhere else in the sheet. I'm pressing it. Yeah. So now it changed. It is now giving sum of these two figures, 4,100 and 1,575, and it is giving 5,675. Right. So this is how it works. I'm changing it back to 1, and now it will be 4,100 again. If I change here, I mean, see here it is a 5. I'm saying here product 2, PID 2, but quantity is less than 5, so it should not change. Okay. And yes, it is not changing. If I raise this quantity to 20 for say, then it is changing itself. So this is how formula in SUMIFS works. Okay. I hope you guys have no problem with this. If you have any problem with this, just comment down below. I'll be happy to make your doubts resolved. Okay. Now let's jump to next formula, which is sum product. Okay. In sum product, the thing we have to check for is, here we have sale amount. Okay. I mean blank column for sale amount. Here we have commission. What sum product does is it will multiply this column with this column and give product directly. Whatever we are calculating now, let me calculate this. If I say I want multiplication of this and this column, and I'm copying this down below. Okay. I'm just copying the formula down below, and I'm getting now 50,000 here. Here I have formula of sum. So there are two steps to get to this 50,000. First, I have to calculate, multiply this column by this column, and then get value in this column, and then sum everything in this column, so I get 50,000. So there are two steps I need to do. If I want to get to this 50,000 in only one step, then sum product formula is useful. So sum product syntax is very easy. It has arrays, array 1, array 2, array 3. We can give as many arrays as we can. So see, our first, we have, now let's calculate sum product. Okay. Our first array would be quantity. Okay. And our second array will be price. We want total sales value in array. I mean, addition should be done any already. So it is giving now 50,000, and this 50,000 is matching with this 50,000. That's why that right is coming up. Okay. So this is what it does. It saves one step for us, and this can be very useful if you have big data and you just need one figure from that data. We don't have to add column to that data and then sum that column up to get our value. We can do this directly using sum product. Okay. So I hope this solves many problems, and you have learned some new things today in Excel, some ifs and some product. I will come back with more Excel formulas and more things. Until then, bye bye.